Top of the morning to you. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining us this morning on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state number one family radio station. Great morning. This is Perspectives Unlimited, the program where we bring you up to speed and, of course, take you beyond the news to help you understand stories, headlines, major reports making the round in our nation, Nigeria, for today. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. You're welcome to the show. And today, of course, is Friday, the 16th of January, 2026. All right, from number 1 up until number 16, we're grateful for the gift of life. And of course, 2 more weeks, 2 more long weeks till the end of January 2026. All the best to all of us. By God's grace, it will definitely be well with us. Once again, you're welcome to the show. We're broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alafi Avenue, Oluyole, Estate Ibadan, the capital of your state. Now let's dive into the top stories making the rounds for today. We're starting with the Punch newspaper. 2027 Atiku's son joins APC, backs Tinubu's re-election. And on page 7 of the Punch, Rivers crisis, assembly shelves sitting amid rumored plot against the speaker. On page 3, Alaafin kicks as Makinde installs Ladoja chairman of Oba's Council. On page 2, which is the major story on the Punch for today, counter-insurgency campaigns. U.S. vote $413 million for security operations in Nigeria. Orders. The writer to the story says 2026 six physical act backs African burial as the U.S. African tracks Russia's military ambitions. And finally, on the Punch for today, Armed Forces Day, Tinubu Govs celebrates soldiers and fallen heroes. Now, moving on to the Nigerian Tribune, Atiku's son, Abba, dump PDP, vows to mobilize for Tinubu's re-election. The writer to the story says his decision to join the APC is personal, says the former vice president. You'll find it on page 16. On page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune, VAT is on charges collected by banks on customers' transactions, says the NRS. VAT is on charges collected by banks on customers' transactions, says the NRS. On page 4, relief for exporters, importers, banks as Nigeria exit EU financial high-risk lists. The writer to the story says national economy to grow by 4.7%. The finance minister says the country has shifted from stabilization to consolidation. Headline inflation ease to 15.50% in December 2025, says the NBS. On page 22, Shetima Akpabio, Gov Service Chiefs honor fallen heroes. ADC raises concern over president absence on page 22. On the same page, Okwadokun's gone huge money rekindles debate on federalism democracy. On page 12, health, exercise like medicine can ease depression symptoms, study shows. On page 6, Alaafin absent as Olubado emerges the chairman or your council of Obas and Chiefs. The writer to the story says Makinde reviews council 15 years after. And on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune, 2026 budget, 344.8 billion naira retained for NAS, science, technology, innovation to spend 838.6 billion. The foreign affairs get 344.04 billion naira. Moving on to The Guardian, Kano Gov deputy part way over defection. On page 7, alleged 110.4 billion naira fraud. EFCC tenders fresh bank records against Yahaya Bello. Orders on page 7. On page 18, more banks meet recapitalization threshold as tally exceeds 20. Major headline on the big stories, pages 4 and 5. How 300% cost spike, drug rotation turns diabetics to death threats. And of course, the chart is right there on the Guardian today. Diabetics contribute to over 3.4 million deaths yearly, with more than half of the population without access to medication. Over 11.4 million Nigerians are diagnosed and battling diabetics at different points in time. Only a third of those diagnosed received proper treatment, and diabetics kill about 30,000 to 40,000 Nigerians yearly. Unfortunately, we're still counting some of these very gory details. At a time when, technology and medicine is moving together with the global economy. But unfortunately, the data we're seeing here with diabetics in Nigeria is not looking good at all. Pick up a copy of The Guardian this morning to find out more about that report. On page 6, Armed Forces resolute against terrorism, says CDS amid prosa about Tinubu's absence. And on page 6, NESG project 5.5% growth, 16% inflation in 2026, once against policy reversals. And on page 2, US sanctions, foreign airline battle drop in passenger traffic. In education, federal government ASU deal promises improved post-service welfare for academic staff. On page 27, Fubara's impeachment stalls as lawmaker fail to reconvene. On page 27. And finally, Atiku's son dumps the PDP for the APC, backs Tinubu's second term. That story is on page 2. All right, these are the headlines for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for tuning in to Wells Radio 89.3 FM this morning. Remember, you can watch us live on our Facebook page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, on Facebook, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page on Facebook. And at the same time, you can stream us live on our website, Wells Radio 893 FM. wellsradio893.com, and of course on Radio Garden, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. We will be right back. Stay with us.
pé àwọn kábíyèsí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí a proposed in the law láti máa rotate the chairmanship, and I believe from the law is every 2 years the rotate. This is what we're known for. Ní Ọ̀yọ́ kò sí bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe lè le tó, but when we sit down, we won't resolve it, and we won't do what is right and proper for our people. So I consulted àwọn bàbá mi mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, the Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn àti Kábíyèsí Ṣọ̀ún, and the agreement ni pé they will start the rotation pẹ̀lú Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn of Ìbàdàn land. So on that basis, I hereby pronounce the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs inaugurated. Pé àwọn kábíyèsí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí a proposed in the law láti máa rotate.
Each award tells a story of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to duty. Some of these stories are known to the public, while many are written quietly in the line of duty, away from the spotlight. Together, they form the bedrock of our national security. You represent the finest ideals of the armed forces of Nigeria, and tonight, the nation salutes you all.
Many have served far from their families, under very harsh conditions, often without recognition or reward. Some never even returned home. Tonight, we remember them with gratitude and with respect. To every service personnel standing on the front lines, securing our land and defending our democracy, I say thank you. I've also given approval for 2 major nationwide public engagement initiatives to support the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. First, the Thank a Soldier electronic wall, a digital tribute platform that enables citizens to post appreciation messages to active duty personnel and veterans.
We commend your courage and resolute leadership in implementing critical measures to restore peace and security across the country. To the gallant troops on the front lines, your unwavering sacrifice is our inspiration. We remember our fallen heroes, praying to them for the eternal repose of their souls.
Like I've just confirmed now, the HMO, they have, if the veterans register with them, they have medical facility for life.
right, you're welcome back to the program. Thank you once again for joining us. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is the radio station you're listening to. With me in the studio this morning is Mr. Olale Kosoni. Good morning to you, and how are you doing today?
Good morning, Chief. I am doing well. How about you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a long week.
I should congratulate you on your second anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Not just that you are celebrating it, you are also impacting on the lives of people by giving them what they have always clamored for. A lot of people, as evident by what we saw yesterday, are in need of medical treatment in the area of their vision.
The vision, yeah.
We saw lots of them yesterday. Today it's for people who need physio, and I can tell everybody who is listening that around 6, people have started trooping in already.
I mean same thing yesterday.
The truth of the matter is that you are doing well.
Eshungo, thank you so much. I mean, when we come back right after the break, I would like to take some of the voices of the people who came around yesterday. You can also find that on our Facebook platform. And so we say thank you, or your state, thank you Ibadan, for accepting your family radio station and opening the doors of your ears to us, to make a change together with you. We say thank you and thank you and thank you so much. We're going to start the conversation today with the Armed Forces Remembrance Day and celebration, not just remembrance again, but also to celebrate the soldiers. I think sometimes last week or 2 weeks ago, the Armed Forces had announced that it's not just a remembrance, but it will also come with celebration. Tinubu Gov celebrates soldiers, fallen heroes. President Bola Tinubu, the leadership of the National Assembly, governors and top government officials on yesterday, honored fallen heroes and soldiers at the Armed Forces celebration and remembrance ceremony in Abuja and across the state. The Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria is observed annually to honor the men and women of the Nigerian military who have sacrificed their lives in service to the nation, specifically on the 15th of January to commemorate the end of the Nigerian Civil War, which officially concluded on the 15th of January 1970. In Abuja, the event began with the submission of the parade state by the parade commander, after which the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, who represented the President, inspected the Guard of Honor, accompanied by the Commander, Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Adebisi Onosoya. The filing party then led dignitaries to the cenotaph of the Lane of Wrath. The last post was sounded in honor of fallen heroes as present stood in respect. Special prayers were later offered by an imam and a chaplain for the repose of the souls of the departed and the protection of the serving personnel. This was followed by a minute of silence in honor of the fallen soldiers. All right, also in attendance, we can see dignitaries beginning with the Vice President, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu, the Chief of Defense Staff Kudirat Kekereekun, Christopher Musa, of course, the Minister of Defense, and so all the service chiefs right there at that event. Amid all of this, the presence of the president, not at a memorable day of that, standard, is also a major concern. But let's celebrate our, soldiers for a moment and chart the way forward in conversation for their welfare. This year is not just Remembrance Day, but it comes together with celebration. With the welfare that we see, that we hear and read in the news, is this up to celebration yet? But their families feeling the celebration, as it were, from the military. That's our conversation very quickly before we check out all the stories in the nation.
Thank you very much, Chief. The truth of the matter is that as a country, we are not doing well. In other parts of the world, they take care of their servicemen so very well that they often do not need any other thing to live a decent life. But in our own country, it's unfortunate that there are people who are still in active service today that do not earn up to 100,000.
You mean active service?
Yes.
Even with the new minimum wage?
I am telling you that. They do not earn up to 100,000. And in all seriousness, that is a crime against humanity. You're asking people to leave their homes, leave their wives, leave their children, to go and fight and probably die for their country. And you are giving them what can even take them to the bus stop. That doesn't make sense to me. The truth of the matter is that we have been celebrating January 15th for a very long time in Nigeria, but year in, year out, it's still the same thing. We are going to take care of your welfare. We are going to take care. How exactly? I know some people who lost their lives in the defense of the country. Guess what? Within a very short period of time, they asked their family members to vacate. I'm talking about leave the barracks without anything to give them. Let's talk about police officers as well. I mean, countless instances where they would say, okay, they want to assemble a group of people who lost their loved ones who were police officers, and they would say, okay, we are giving them XYZ amount of money. And you now divide the total number of money by the people involved, and you understand that they are giving them sometimes sometimes something less than 300,000 naira. Let's refer to what happened in Ondo State yesterday. The governor of Ondo said that, okay, we will be giving 50 million naira house to 120 families. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's less than 400,000. I mean, that's around 400,000. I mean, what exactly do you do 400,000 naira in today's Nigeria? That is not what I am interested in. What I'm interested in is the very first thing to do is give them, once you become an officer of the law in Nigeria, there should be an abode for you. I mean, a barrack, a decent place, even if it's 2 or 3 bedrooms for you and your family. And in all seriousness, Nigeria has what it takes to keep that apartment for them forever, irrespective of whatever happens.
Nigeria has all it takes.
The financial capacity
to help them hold on to the apartment forever.
Yes, the financial capacity.
Even if the soldiers,
fall
pass,
on
and their families can always retain the facility.
That is the truth of the matter. I mean, you need to understand the budget of the Nigerian army. It's over 1 trillion naira. We're not talking about money for ammunition and the likes here, just money for day in, day out activities. So how can they now tell us that they cannot afford something like that for them? If people know too well that should anything happen to them in the line of duty, that they have family members, that anybody who joins the army knows too well that it's a yes or no game. You can make it, you may not make it. So anybody in it understands the game very well. They will commit themselves more to their duty should they know that nothing is going to happen to them, to their family, should whatever happens to them on the field happens to them. That is what I'm saying. So if Nigeria really wants our troops to do exactly what they need to do, then we need to just stop paying mouth attention to them. We need to start paying real attention to their welfare. Talking about those who have retired, there is nothing much to say, because look at them. Look at the lives they are living. It's nothing decent. And in all seriousness, if you cannot take care of people who are still working for you, what then is the hope of people who have stopped working for you? We all need to focus. You were reading the budget for the National Assembly, 300 and something, and I was like, what exactly do you want to do with that type of money? These are the people who need that type of money, not people in Abada doing nothing.
All right. Of course, the political opposition here is asking questions. And as much as this is not a new question, it is still worthy of mention, especially on a day like that. ADC raises concern over President's absence. Do you have any concern that the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces could not at least maybe fly back to the nation to be at a special event like that? And what difference would it make after all the Vice President was there?
Number one, no Commander-in-Chief who knows his onions will be absent on such a particular day. Not one, apart from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There is no CNC in this world who would not want to be physically present on such a day. He now said that, of what difference would it make, if he had been there since the Vice President was there? Just one person can be Commander-in-Chief at any particular point in time. Today in Nigeria, the Commander-in-Chief is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is the GCFR, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, not Shetima. There is nothing whatsoever that concerns Shetima with the activities of the military. It's just one person that can give orders, and that's the president. Some soldiers will not even say that I am fighting for my country. Some will go forward to say I am fighting for my president, because that is your boss. That is your overall boss. Nobody comes close. No other person can take that role for him. And in all seriousness, it speaks to the fact that our government is not putting serious attention on the welfare and well-being of our soldiers. Because if that was the case, the president would have been physically present. But rather, Mr. President is in Abu Dhabi trying to solve a problem that he did not create. He said he is there for climate, whatever. I'm not interested in all of that jargons, because if you look at what is happening today, Asia is the biggest pollutant of the atmosphere, followed by Europe, and followed by North America, and then Europe. Africa is not contributing much, if at all anything, to ozone layer depletion. But instead of encouraging his troops, who are actually in the middle of so very many wars, Northwest, North Central, Northeast, Mr. President is gallivanting around in Abu Dhabi, like I said earlier, trying to solve a problem he did not solve. Trying to solve a problem he did not create. It shows clearly that he does not understand his priorities.
All right, state governors in Nigeria also joined the celebration. In Ondo State, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa pledged to support the widows of the military men who had lost their lives in active service. The same thing in Cross River State.
With 50 million.
The same thing in Cross River State. The same thing in Ogun State and in other states of the Federation. Of course, one would say that the federal government carry much of the burden when it comes to caring for the military men. But how far and how much can the state government even do?
Statutorily, it's actually not their business. That is the truth. It is not their business.
So which means whatever amount any state governor gives,
but if you want
we cannot still throw shades.
If you want to do something that is tangible. You can't say you want to give arms to someone who is a beggar. You're giving that person 5 naira. To do what exactly? If you don't want to do, don't do. If you want to do something decent. 120 people, 120 families, 50 million. For what? There is a reason why the federal government collects 52% of the share. Why the federal government takes 52% out of the federal, the federation account money, and that's because the federal government has a lot of roles to play. So you cannot be taking that much money and you will still not be found doing what you should be doing. The reason why the federal government takes so much is because they can take care of people like this. Are they doing that? No. But like I said, the governors can, out of generosity, because the truth of the matter, it's not their business. The only thing they do is that for these people who retired, at low ranks, they sometimes bring them in as legions to guard schools and public offices and the likes. If that is what they want to do, I sincerely appreciate that. They have actually retired from active service, but the experience is there. And for those who still feel like they are fit, they can take. I know people legionnaires.
Absolutely, yeah.
They can employ more of them instead of giving them what cannot even help them do anything.
All right, we're going to take a break now. When we come back, right after the break, we're going to talk about Alaafin kicks as Makinde installs Ladoja chairman of Oba Council. And of course, VAT is on charges collected by banks, not customers' transaction from the NRS. And hopefully time will permit us to talk about the counter-insurgency campaign. The U.S. vote $413 million for security operations in Nigeria. We'll look at that and more when we come back right after this break. Do stay with us.
Christ Ambassadors International College is a private, co-educational Christian day and boarding school located at Alaafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. We offer a blend of Nigerian and British curricula designed to nurture global leaders with godly values. With world-class facilities, exciting co-curricular programs, exceptional pastoral care, and outstanding academic results, we ensure your child's dream becomes a reality. Our entrance exam examination for 2026-2027 academic session will hold on Saturday, 14th February 2026 at 8 a.m. For inquiries, please call 0704-530-8414 or 0814-177-2806 or visit www.christambassadorscollege.com. Christ Ambassadors International College, nurturing global and godly scholars.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activity of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it. We deliver it to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Jayola and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour. I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data. Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service. One Data? Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811-223-2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Mo pe àwọn kábíyèsí mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí a proposed in the law láti máa rotate the chairmanship, and I believe from the law is every 2 years the rotate. This is what we're known for. Ní Ọ̀yọ́ kò sí bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe lè le tó, that when we sit down, we won't resolve it, and we won't do what is right and proper for our people. So I consulted àwọn bàbá mi mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta, the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, the Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn àti Kábíyèsí Ṣọ̀ún. And the agreement is they will start the rotation below Kábíyèsí Olúbàdàn of Ìbàdàn land. So on that basis, I hereby pronounce the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs inaugurated.
All right, you're welcome back to the program Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, Alafin Avenue, Oluyole, Estate Ibadan. Is where we're broadcasting from. Thank you so much. We're about to talk about the Alafin. Here we are on Alafin Avenue. Alafin kicks as Makinde installs Ladoja, chairman of Oba Council. Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde on Thursday inaugurated the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs after 15 years with the Olúbàdàn of Ibadan, Oba Rashidi Ladoja, emerging as its first chairman. The Alafin of Oyo, Oba Akim Owade, was conspicuously absent from the inauguration, which was held at the House of Chiefs Parliament Building, Secretariat Ibadan. At the inauguration, Governor Makinde explained that the chairmanship of the Oba Council will be rotated among the Olúbàdàn, the Alafin, and the Ṣọ̀ún of Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. According to him, it was an agreement reached at the meeting with the three first-class monarchs. But in a swift statement on Thursday, the media aide Bode Durojaye, the Alafin, countered the governor, saying there was no such meeting. The statement reads, and I'm just going to read the section of that statement before our analysts would take it away. The attention of the Alafin Palace has been drawn to a statement credited to His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde that he consulted with the three traditional rulers in the state, the Alafin, the Olúbàdàn, and the Ṣọ̀ún of Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́, on the rotational chairmanship of the Council of Obas and Chiefs. The palace hereby wants to state clearly that there was no time that His Imperial Majesty, the Alafin of Oyo, Oba Engineer Bimbola Akim Owade I, held any meeting with either the state governor or any of the two traditional rulers mentioned above. Also, the Alafin did not tell the governor or make any categorical statement on his endorsement of rotational chairmanship among the three traditional rulers in the state. Earlier, remember that a viral video circulating online recently showed the Alafin appearing, what do we call that? An exchange of pleasantries between the Alafin and the Olúbàdàn. And of course, that's made the round first. Of course, with his absence at the event yesterday and then the statement thereafter, that may be sealing what a lot of people have been calling, is there any form of disagreement between the two traditional rulers here in Oyo State? Analysts will take it over from here. Let's get your view on this matter. Rotational chairmanship. We just heard the voice of the governor. But at that event, the Olúbàdàn was seated, the Ṣọ̀ún of Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ was seated, only the Alafin was absent. Now, going back, that video we saw between the Alafin trying to, shake hands with the Olúbàdàn. And that seemed like an oversight, if you ask me. But going by this statement, I'm not entirely sure if that may still be an oversight. Let me get your view in here.
Thank you very much, Chief. In all seriousness, I am not the Olúbàdàn's media handler, but looking at the video very, very well, should the Olúbàdàn say that it was an oversight, it would be very difficult to argue otherwise, because Baba was sitting, wasn't looking towards the side of the Alafin, and it was at that particular point the Alafin extended his hand to shake. I mean, I do not understand how you expect someone who is not seeing you to shake you in return. But, like you said, looking at the turn of events now, it's not, it can actually go either way. The point here is this. I mean, a lot of our audience may not like this, but I just have to say it. The position of Alafin in Yoruba land is huge. It is towering. It is humongous. To the best of my understanding, no monarch comes close to the Alaafin in Yoruba land. I mean, I am a student of political science, because political science is not something that you complete and say, okay, I have a degree. It's a thing you have to, learn and keep learning. I did post 104, and it was African traditional system. I mean, there is a special place for the Alaafin, not just in Yoruba land, in Africa. Before the Brits came, before the colonialists came, the territory of the Alaafin was as, it didn't end the Benin Republic. It was his reach was as far as Togo. He actually bordered the Sultan. I mean, his territory, rubbed shoulders with that of the Sultan in the north. And in all of Yoruba land, nobody came close. The only person you could say then was maybe Oba of Benin. That was, in fact, that's even debatable to some extent. But in all of Yoruba land, nobody.
Not even the Oni.
In all seriousness, the two of them they are not on the same page.
Anyways, that's
a huge conversation for another
debate. Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that we are now in a century where you now expect the Alaafin to sit under the authority of people who actually placed crowns on. Go and do the findings. In the 70s, it was Adeyemi Lamidi III, who actually placed beaded crowns on the Shon and Olubaro. Now you are now going to say that you want to sit under the authority of the people you... It's not making sense.
What I mean, let's look at this again. This is...
if there's a crown in Ibadan today, if there's a crown in Odomosho today, go and find out who navigated the roads to bring those crowns to those two cities.
Yes, that's very traditional. However, this is the Oyo State Council of Obas and Chiefs. Do you think? Let's go to the the plan, rotational
chairmanship.
Is that a crime?
It is.
Is that something wrong?
It's like saying that, okay, they want to see representatives of a particular school at the ministry. And you are now saying that, okay, let us rotate who the head of this school is going to be. And today is going to be the principal. The following day is going to be, a teacher that was employed just last week. It doesn't work that way. Or you want to see Nigeria, you want to see the president of Nigeria. You now say, okay, let us rotate it and let the president go this time around. The next time it's going to be the vice president, it's going to be the speaker, it's going to be the senate president. No. The president remains the president. The Alaafin remains the Alaafin. I'm not from Oyo, I'm not even from Oyo State. But I just have to say it the way it is. If you talk to people who studied government, who studied politics from outside of Yoruba land, they cannot relate with any other monarch in Yoruba land apart from the Alaafin.
Let's look at the statement of the governor. No matter how hard issues is, we will definitely resolve it. My three fathers, the Alaafin, the Olubado show, and the agreement is that they will start the rotation with the Olubado of Ibadan land. That particular first sentence will signal that there are issues,
no matter how big it is.
What do you make of that?
The truth of the matter is that, from my own assessment, the governor still has a lot of things to learn. It's unfortunate that this is his penultimate year as governor, but he doesn't seem to understand a lot of things. My personal opinion. Your predecessors, they didn't touch. Some of them attempted to touch it, they left it. Some touched it, their hands got burnt badly. Yet you are saying you want to go. It is an aberration, in my opinion, to say, okay, the chairman of the council is coming, all of us rise, and the Alaafin is not going to rise for the Shon or for the Olubaro.
Is this about who is rising for what? Is this about structure in the Council of Chiefs and Obas? Is this about what? Because again, this is not about crowns. This is not someone's throne, as it were. It's just about organization. It's just about structure.
I like the direction you are taking this thing towards. As far as I'm concerned, I don't believe in it.
The whole council.
The whole council of whatever. There is one they do at the federal level, National Council of Traditional Rulers, something like that. I mean, that is even wrong because under the Constitution, there is nothing whatsoever that concerns the government of the center, traditional rulership. But let's now come back to Oyo State. Yes, it is a council that is of no statutory effect. They cannot say, go and arrest this person. We should understand that. But, if they want to relate with monarchs, I do not see a reason why the government should relate with monarchs in unison. If there is something happening in, let's say, Ilora, why not talk to the monarch of Ilora directly? Why say, okay, let's relate with the council?
You know
because
what?
we want to discuss what's happening
Let's
in
take
Shaki.
calls. We have a call on the line, and then I'll call out the studio lines again. Hello, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost that call. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-333-3893. You can call any of the phone lines to engage with us. You can also drop yours on Facebook. The comment section is open for you.
Wrapping this, I still insist. The Alafin is not supposed to be under anybody's authority, irrespective of the name, the nomenclature, or whatever it is in Yoruba land. Not to talk over your state. Not to talk over your state.
Not to talk over your state. All right. In his remarks, the Oba Ladoja, the Olubadan of Ibadan land, urged the public to have confidence in the council, and also Kabiyesi dismissed claims that it deliberately snub the Alafin during an interfaith gathering in Ibadan. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Salami from Awotan. Thank you for coming.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you too. Good morning.
It's Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Concerning good morning. God bless you, sir.
Morning, sir. God bless you too, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. First, I'd like to extend my congratulations to West Radio on your second anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
God continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
You are actually giving us a platform to air our opinion. We really appreciate this. And in less than 2 years, in about 2 years of operation, you are never home already.
Thank you.
That's highly commendable.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And your entire crew.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. God bless you. Mr. Tony, thank you very much. You see, for me this morning, my take is I want to dwell on the answer to Remembrance Day. And I just want to appeal that a lot has to be done for these people. I remember my dad, before he died about 2 years ago, every January 15th, he always received my call first. I want to send Daddy, happy, I'm going to remember. He always received that call. In fact, I was always expecting me. That day is so dear to them. And for me, I believe that the government, going by what Mr. Tony has already highlighted or recommended, that there should be housing provision for them, is very, very good. We can do that. But in addition to that, I want to encourage Mr. President, we can start with President Tinubu, really, that on every 15th of January, make a provision for all these people that are still on pension. If it's 20,000 naira, make a provision for them. All of them are cross-board. Honestly speaking, 15,000 naira and 20,000 naira, just give it to them, or 15,000 naira to commemorate that day, 15th of January, 15,000 naira, bonus for them. Let them just receive it. To go a long way.
Thank you.
They so much hold that day so dear to their heart. May God bless them. And for the memory for the soul of the departed one, including my dad, may the good Lord rest their soul.
Amen.
And for the service one, may the good Lord protect them, give them maximum protection to them in the work front wherever they may be and their family back at home. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Salami. Thank you for your very kind words. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's take a comment on Facebook very quickly. Beautiful morning to you from Adeda Mola to you in the studio. Nigeria needs a strong opposition party to unseat the present administration in power. And it is obvious that our leaders do not have our interests at heart, but rather than their political power and pulses. I hope Nigeria vote in the right candidate in 2027. Thank you. Sulaiman Sharif is also on Facebook, but let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Wesley.
Good morning, Mr. George. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, George calling you from Ologwe.
Good morning, Mr. George.
I want to sincerely express my appreciation to West Radio.
You're welcome.
Yesterday I was in your station.
Yes.
And I saw what people are doing there.
Thank you.
May God continue to bless you people there.
Amen. Thank you.
Bless the founder of that station. And may West Radio live longer.
Amen. Amen.
I want us to talk about our president's absence from this country since December last year. It's not a good thing for a leader to leave his people at that season, that period of the year. And up till now, we have not seen our president. Leaderships are not done that way. And people are still arrogating every power to their position and claiming position which could very well serve the people if we consider sharing it among others. Nigerians should try to look at these things and make life better for the citizens of this country than this wrangling. God bless West Radio.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. George. Very quickly, let's take this comment from Sulaiman Sharif. It says, good morning to you in the studio and happy Friday to everyone. The sentiment and biased opinion of some people towards a tradition to suit their interests is worrisome, which always makes me think of the future of our tradition and history. My take is our traditional rulers must unite for progress of Yoruba land. If there is no peace and synergy among them, there will be no development. Unity is the key to progress and crucial for your state's development. Thank you, Sulaiman Sharif, for your comment. You still want to put in one word or two? All right, let's move on to VAT. It's on charges collected by banks, not customer transactions, says the NRS. The Nigeria Revenue Service has cleared the air over a report suggesting that value-added tax, VAT, has been newly imposed on banking services such as electronic transfers, fees, and commission. In a statement made to the newsmen and signed by Dari Adekombi, the special advisor to the media to the NRS chairman Zaka Dedeji, the service said the claims are incorrect. According to the NRS, VAT has always been applied to banking services and was not introduced by the Nigeria Tax Act. The statement complained that the Nigerian Tax Act did not introduce VAT on banking charges, nor did it impose any new tax obligation on customers in this regard. Also, while urging Nigerians to ignore false report, the NRS said the Nigeria Revenue Service urged the members of the public to disregard such information. I use one of the fintechs, and I got a mail from one of the fintechs. I'm hoping if I can.
Your colleague actually read the
Oh,
mail
yes.
yesterday.
I got a message directly. When I saw the information at first, I ignored it because I would have thought, hey, we find some of these things. But I then got a mail from one of the fintechs I use. Let's take this call and I'll come back to that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Honorable Chief AY.
Good morning, Benga Mario. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. This is Benga Mario calling from Apata.
You're welcome.
We have to give honor to whom honor is due, and we have to give reality to who it is due to. That is why I'm giving honor to West Radio this morning for what they have been doing since their inception. They talked 2 years just yesterday, and you can see what most people benefited from the outreach they've been engaging on since the Monday, and which I was part of. I was opportune to be there yesterday, and I want to pray for West Radio that God will take you much more higher and higher in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
And lastly, on the issue of the overship tussle, I think the governor of the state should tread softly, because the governor has just 4-year term to use, or at most 8 years term. Now the overship will rule for a very long time, God giving them long life. So, and whatever a particular governor does to them in terms of supplement or choosing the head, the government that will be coming after the incident might change the narrative. Now, what now becomes the step that have been taking the outgone governor. So let the governor just lead the overship as it is. Like what Mr. Sani said a while ago, he said there was he knew a governor that has dip his hand into the upper chief torso and his finger were burnt. I know the Oba as well, the governor as well. I don't want to mention the name. So let's allow the sleeping dogs to lie, and we are praying that we are hoping that our Oba will come together in unity, in cooperation, and ensure that they put a lasting solution to the insecurity that is bedeviling us in Southwest. God bless our Oba. God bless Nakontidu FM. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Wenga Myra. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's talk about this 7.5 messages, of course, by, I'm not sure the traditional banks sent that. I believe, at least from my own experience, I got a mail from one of the fintechs that I use.
MP. the truth of the matter is that the government, in my opinion, doesn't wish the people well. If we are talking about taxes, whether it is going to be on the transaction itself or is going to be on the service, you are still going to deduct it from our own account. That's the truth of the matter. Nigerians are down and about to be out already. Instead of finding ways to reduce the burden on the heads of Nigerians, rather you are adding more and more. I don't get it anymore. It appears to me that they are intentional about making life difficult for Nigerians.
Do you think the fintech decided to they thought of something?
No,
and
they said that it was at the prompt of the NRS.
And then the NRS published a press release last night to say...
No, they are not saying that. The NRS only clarified it. I mean, a lot of people said that. If you look at the message sent by that particular fintech, it wasn't clear because they themselves, they were not sure. They were not specific if it's going to be on the transaction or on the service charge. Now that the NRS has come to say that, okay, it is on the service charge, everybody has a sigh of relief, even if it's a little, because initially we thought it was going to be on the transaction that we were making. Now it's good, but still, transaction or no transaction, tax or no tax, the money is still going to come from us. You are talking about VAT on stamp duty. Stamp duty is a form of tax already. Now you're talking about VAT, which is another type of tax, value-added tax on top of a tax, meaning you are taxing a tax. Are you okay? No, these guys need to wake up and smell the coffee. They're not getting it right at all.
All right, we have to go. Thank you so much for your time.
It is always an honor.
Thank you so much. Once again, would like to appreciate all our friends, listeners, and family members who turned up yesterday. Thank you so much. I saw Mr. George yesterday, Wenga Myra yesterday. I would like to see Mr. Salami from our talk.
It was indeed an honor to see Mr. George yesterday.
So some of our very, lovely callers, would like to see them. Of course, the event continues today with physiotherapy care right here, powered by Premier Physiotherapy. And tomorrow, general medical care for our body by Zoe Specialist Mission Hospital, 10 o'clock. All of that will start and absolutely free. Do not pay a kobo to anybody. Let's listen to some of the voices of the beneficiaries from yesterday. And of course, from here, we say good morning. And up next is EM Sport. Good morning. God bless you.
It's a very good thing to help people to know the states of their eyes and every other thing that has to do with their sight. I would like to appreciate the organizer, the marker, and the West Radio for this privilege for the people that came.
Ashiru Tawakalitu. What I will say is to thank this radio station because we've been going up and down because of the eye problems. They gave us free medications. I really thank you very, very much. And I pray that God will always be with you.
I'm Adeleke Titus by name. It's a good program and many people will benefit from it in the society because there are a lot of people that have worry about the health stage of their vision. But as economy is, we know that many people will not love to go to hospital by themselves because of the bills that they may have to pay. But with this program, many people will come and see the status of their vision. And many people see that it is good program. I really thank the organization, the marker, and the team of West Radio.
My name is Mrs. Abisola Ige. I really love the program. It's very well. I say thanks to Markers Eye Hospital for the kind of the gifts they give everybody.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individuals